Welcome back to the channel. If you're a coin collector, investor, or just someone interested in learning about the fascinating world of numismatics, you're in the right place. First up, we've got something really special to dive into, the 1964 Jefferson nickel, specifically the version without a mint mark, with gray dots in fine condition. You might be asking, what makes this nickel so unique? Is it worth anything? Well, you're in for a treat, because in this video we're going to break down all the details you need to know about the 1964 Jefferson nickel, what gives it its value, how to spot it in the wild, and the potential worth of this nickel in the collector's market today. First things first, let's talk about the history of the Jefferson nickel itself. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938. Replacing the Buffalo nickel, which had been in circulation for nearly 25 years. The design of the Jefferson nickel was created by the famous sculptor Felix Schlag. He designed the Schlag nickel by taking the nickel and diminishing it in close to 1/3 from its real weight. On the obverse, we see a portrait of President Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, and on the reverse, we see an image of his estate, Monticello, in Virginia. Now, by the time we get to 1964, the nickel was already a staple of everyday American currency. But there's something important to note. 1964 was the final year before the mint began using a new composition for coins. In 1965, the mint switched from using 90% silver to a mix of copper and nickel due to the rising cost of silver. But we're specifically talking about the 1964 Jefferson nickel. This is a year that's often overlooked, but it's got some interesting details. In 1964, like other years during this time, the United States Mint produced nickels at two different mints, the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. The key difference between them? The presence or absence of a mint mark. So when you're looking at a 1964 Jefferson nickel, you'll notice that if it was made at the Philadelphia Mint, it doesn't have a mint mark, just a blank space where the mint mark would normally be. However, if it was produced at the Denver Mint, it would have a small D mint mark on the reverse side, beneath the word Monticello. Now you might be wondering, why does it matter whether it has a mint mark or not? Well, the 1964 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark is less common than its D mint mark counterpart. Even though the Philadelphia Mint produced a large quantity of these nickels, the lack of a mint mark makes the no mint mark version a little rarer in the grand scheme of things. Now, let's talk about something that might have caught your attention: the gray dots. If you've ever looked closely at a 1964 Jefferson nickel and noticed small gray spots or discoloration, you're not alone. These gray dots are a form of toning that can develop on the surface of coins over time, particularly with silver or copper-nickel alloys. But why do gray dots appear? The reason is usually due to environmental factors like exposure to moisture, air, or certain chemicals. Sometimes, coins that are stored improperly, especially in humid or damp environments, can develop this kind of toning. In the case of the 1964 Jefferson nickel, these gray dots are generally the result of years of exposure, and they can make the coin look aged or worn out. In terms of its collector value, gray dots don't necessarily diminish the value of the coin, but they can affect its overall appearance and classification. A 1964 Jefferson nickel with gray dots in fine condition is still considered a collectible item, but the toning might lower its grade when evaluated by professional grading services. If the coin has excessive wear, scratches, or discoloration, it could affect how much collectors are willing to pay. Now, let's discuss what fine condition means when we talk about coins like the 1964 Jefferson nickel. Coin grading is a critical part of the collector market, and understanding the terminology will help you get a better idea of what you're working with. The term fine condition refers to a level of wear on the coin. In the context of the 1964 Jefferson nickel, a coin in fine condition typically shows moderate wear, but all the details on the coin are still visible. There will be some flattening of the design, particularly on Jefferson's hair in the Monticello building, but it's not completely worn down. You'll still be able to clearly make out the details, which is why a fine condition coin is still worth something to collectors. Coins in fine condition as valuable as those in uncirculated or mint condition, but they can still be quite desirable, especially if they have unique characteristics like the lack of a mint mark or gray dots. Coins that are well preserved are always more sought after in the numismatic world. So the big question: how much is the 1964 Jefferson nickel worth today? Well, it depends on $160,000, mainly the coin's condition and its unique characteristics, like the absence of a mint mark or the gray dots. As of recent sales and auctions, a 1964 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark, in fine condition, typically ranges in value $165,000. That's for a standard coin without any major errors or anomalies. Of course, if you find a well-preserved example or one that has some interesting toning, the value could go higher. However, if you're lucky enough to come across one with no mint mark, a particularly rare variety or even one that's graded higher, let's say in XF or AU condition, it could fetch upwards of $170,000 or more, especially if it's part of a larger coin collection. But here's the thing. The market can fluctuate, and prices can vary based on demand and availability. If you're looking to sell your 1964 Jefferson nickel, or you're thinking about buying one, it's always a good idea to check current market trends, auction results, and consult with reputable dealers. Alright, so now that you know a little more about the history, characteristics, and potential value of the 1964 Jefferson nickel, how can you spot one in your collection? It's actually pretty simple, but you'll need to look closely. First, check the reverse of the coin. If there is no mint mark beneath Monticello, it was minted in Philadelphia. If you see a D, that's the Denver mint variety. Second, inspect the overall condition. A coin in fine condition will show clear signs of wear, but the details should still be visible. Look for moderate wear on Jefferson's portrait and Monticello. Finally, check for any unusual features like gray dots or toning. These could make your coin stand out to collectors. So, there you have it. The 1964 Jefferson nickel, without a mint mark, may be the rarest coin out there. And it definitely has its place in the world of coin collecting. Whether you find one with gray dots, a pristine example in fine condition, or just a regular nickel, understanding its history and how it fits into the broader collector market is key to appreciating its value. If you're interested in learning more about coins, checking out some other valuable pieces, or diving deeper into the history of U.S. currency, next up we've got a really special topic to discuss: the 1972 Monticello Jefferson nickel without a mint mark, and those mysterious black dots that can make it stand out. So grab your magnifying glasses and get ready to learn how this specific nickel can have significant value in today's collector market. The 1972 Monticello Jefferson nickel. A piece of American history, minted more than 50 years ago, and for some lucky collectors, it's a hidden treasure. If you have one of these nickels tucked away in your coin collection, you might be sitting on a rare and valuable find. But before we dive into its value, let's first understand what makes the 1972 Jefferson nickel so unique. First, let's start with the basics of the Jefferson nickel itself. The coin features Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, designed by Felix Schlag. It has been a standard for U.S. currency since 1938, and over the years a variety of mintages have been produced. The Monticello building on the reverse is iconic. It represents the home of Thomas Jefferson. But in 1972, some unusual things happened with this coin that collectors today are scrambling to find. In 1972, the United States Mint issued millions of Jefferson nickels, but many of these were struck without a mint mark. The mint mark is typically found on the reverse side near the bottom of the coin, indicating which mint facility it was produced in. Most coins from that era have a mint mark, but some 1972 Jefferson nickels were produced without it, particularly from the Philadelphia Mint. These are the ones that can be especially rare, and we'll dive deeper into why this is important in a moment. Now, we're talking about more than just a lack of a mint mark. A key factor to watch out for is the presence of black dots on the coin. These black spots or marks are one of the defining characteristics that collectors are keeping an eye out for. What causes these black dots? Well, they can form due to several reasons, such as issues during the minting process or the chemical composition of the coin's metal reacting with air and moisture over time. In this case, the black dots on the 1972 Jefferson nickel tend to appear on the obverse, specifically on Thomas Jefferson's face, but they can also be found in other areas of the coin. While some collectors may view these marks as imperfections, others see them as a rare feature that could add to the coin's desirability. So, what exactly does this mean for the value of the coin? Let's break it down. The 1972 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark, in very fine condition, is already a valuable coin on its own. Typically, Jefferson nickels from the 1970s are considered rare, and this specific 1972 version has gained attention for its unique characteristics. Nickel from this year, in very fine condition, can often fetch anywhere from $140,000, depending on its exact quality and whether it has any additional features, such as these black spots. But here's where it gets interesting. If you happen to find a 1972 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark and with distinct black dots in exceptional condition, you could be looking at a coin that's worth much more. Coins with unique features like this, when in excellent condition, can easily see prices rising into the $146,000 range or even higher, especially if you find one that has been graded by a professional organization. Grading plays an important role in determining the value of a coin. Coins that are professionally graded have a higher value because their condition is certified, and collectors are more likely to pay top dollar for a high-grade example. Speaking of grading of copies. So, why are collectors so interested in these nickels? Well, the rarity of the 1972 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark is what drives its demand. Even though the Philadelphia Mint produced millions of these coins, most of them didn't make it to collectors' hands in pristine condition, and many didn't exhibit the black dots that some have today. As a result, this variety remains a sought-after piece for anyone wanting to complete their collection of Jefferson nickels. Now, it's important to note that the black dot's the only thing that makes this coin valuable. Other factors, such as the coin's overall wear, its strike quality, and its age, play into its final market value. However, the presence of the black dots can certainly increase the interest and price of the coin, especially if you have a rare one in near-perfect condition. So if you've got a 1972 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark and you're wondering if it might be worth something, take a closer look. Check for those black dots. Assess the coin's condition, and consider getting it professionally graded if you think it's in great shape. And as always, keep in mind that the value of coins can fluctuate based on market demand, so it's important to stay updated with current price trends. One final tip: always store your coins properly to maintain their condition. Use coin holders or capsules to protect them from further wear or damage. Coins that are well preserved will have a better chance of holding their value, especially in the long term. The 1972 Monticello Jefferson nickel without a mint mark and those black dots is a coin that has generated a lot of interest in the collector community. If you've found one in your collection or even in your pocket change, it might be time to take a closer look. You could be holding on to a valuable piece of American numismatic history. If you want to learn more about coin collecting, or if you're interested in discovering the value of other coins, check out the links in the description below for some fantastic resources and coin grading services. Next up, we're diving deep into a coin that may be sitting in your change jar right now. The 1983 Monticello Jefferson nickel with the P mint mark. You might be wondering, is this seemingly common 5-cent coin worth anything special in today's collector market? Well, you're in for a fascinating journey as we explore the value of this nickel, its history, and what makes it stand out. So grab your magnifying glass and let's get started. Before we jump into the current market value of the 1983 Jefferson nickel, let's first take a moment to understand what this coin represents and how it came into being. The Monticello design on the reverse side of the nickel is one of the most iconic designs in U.S. coinage. Created by renowned sculptor Felix Schlag, the Monticello nickel was first introduced in 1938. The design features Thomas Jefferson's home, Monticello, in Virginia, and it has become a symbol of American heritage. What makes the 1983 nickel even more interesting is its place in a long line of Jefferson nickel issues, and specifically, how coins minted that year fit into the larger context of American coinage. In 1983, the U.S. Mint struck millions of nickels to meet the growing demands of the economy. These coins were part of the ongoing effort to circulate currency to keep up with inflation and everyday transactions. So, what sets the 1983 Jefferson nickel apart from the rest of the pack? Let's talk about its condition. The condition of a coin is paramount when it comes to determining its value in the collector market. The 1983 Jefferson nickel with a P mint mark was minted in Philadelphia, and many examples of this coin are commonly found in circulation today. However, coins that are in very fine condition or better can stand out among the crowd. So, what does very fine mean when describing a coin's condition? Coins in very fine condition and wear, but most of the design elements are still visible and well definable. The Jefferson portrait remains clear with moderate wear on the high points. On the reverse side, Monticello should still be easily recognizable, though it may show some light wear on the building's details. Now, let's take a closer look at the minting details of the 1983 Jefferson nickel. One thing you'll notice is the distinctiveness of the P mint mark on the obverse side, just to the right of Thomas Jefferson's portrait. This mint mark denotes that the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and it's important for collectors because it can help identify the coin's origin, which is crucial when it comes to rarity and value. Unlike other years, the 1983 with P mint mark is especially important because it was the first year that the Philadelphia Mint began using the P mint mark on regular circulation coins. Prior to 1983, the Philadelphia Mint didn't use a mint mark for most of its coins, which makes the 1983 with P mint mark nickels a unique and collectible group within the Jefferson nickel series. Now let's dive into the real question. How much is this coin worth today? It's true that most 1983 Jefferson nickels. The story changes when we talk about those in excellent condition, especially those in very fine or higher grades. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins that are well preserved. If you have a 1983 Jefferson nickel in very fine condition, it could be worth $120,000, sometimes more, depending on the market. But if your coin is in even better condition, it could fetch much higher prices. Coins that are graded by professional services can have significantly higher value because these companies provide an official, certified grade. And 1983 Jefferson nickel could be $126,000 the market, and some highly pristine specimens graded MS67 or above could even push into the $132,000 range, especially if there's strong demand from collectors who are looking for the best examples of this iconic coin. Another factor to consider is the presence of any unique characteristics, like color or light golden waves, that can appear due to wear or minting conditions. Some collectors find beauty in these subtle variations, and coins exhibiting these unique features might even command a slight premium depending on their visual appeal. Over the years, coin values have fluctuated, especially in response to the economy and changes in the numismatic market. While the 1983 Jefferson nickel may be as rare or as valuable as some other coins from the 20th century, it has consistently gained interest from collectors looking to complete their sets of Jefferson nickels, or those focused on coins with mint mark varieties. So, how do you know if your 1983 Jefferson nickel is worth more than 5 cents? It all comes down to its condition, its mint mark, and how it compares to other coins of the same year. If you have one in particularly good shape, especially with the unique light golden waves or other eye-catching features, it may just be a valuable addition to your collection. Next up, we're diving into one of the most intriguing and often overlooked coins in U.S. numismatics, the 1989 Monticello Jefferson nickel with the P mint mark. If you're new, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest videos. Now we're taking a deep dive into a coin that might not immediately pop up on the radar of most collectors but could have significant value in today's market. The 1989 Jefferson nickel with the P mint mark is a coin that has intrigued collectors for years. But what makes this coin so special? And why is it attracting increasing attention in 2025? Let's find out. First, let's take a closer look at the 1989 Monticello Jefferson nickel. This particular coin, minted in 1989, features Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, on the obverse. The reverse features the iconic Monticello, Jefferson's home in Virginia, which has graced the reverse of the Jefferson nickel since its introduction in 1938. Many of you may already be familiar with the design, but there's a couple of things you need to know that make the 1989 version stand out from other years. For one, it was minted during the later years of the 20th century, and it carries the P mint mark, which means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Now let's talk about condition, which is key when assessing the value of any coin. The 1989 Jefferson nickel we're looking at today is in fine condition, meaning it has some wear, but its details are still clearly visible. One thing that makes this coin unique is its dark gray shade, a patina that often forms over time, giving it a distinct look. The color and appearance of a coin can be influenced by how it was stored, the environment it was in, and even the composition of the metal. This dark gray tone could mean that this coin has had a more aged and weathered journey, giving it a unique appearance. Some collectors even prefer these darker shades, as they add character and authenticity to a coin. When it comes to rare coins, mintages matter. In 1989, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 600 million Jefferson nickels, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're all worth the same amount. As we know, rarity plays a huge role in a coin's value. While 600 million sounds like a lot, when you consider the survival rate of coins, especially those in fine or higher condition, fewer of these coins make it to the market in top shape. Interestingly, 1989 is not one of the rarest years for the Jefferson nickel, but specific condition coins, like the one we're showing today, are definitely harder to find in circulation, especially in fine condition. So, why is this particular coin drawing attention today? In recent years, the collector market has seen a significant rise in interest in late 20th century coins, especially those with unique features or condition. The 1989 Monticello Jefferson nickel, incredibly rare, is now seeing increased demand due to its age, condition, and the fact that it is part of the classic Jefferson series. In fine condition, like the one we're looking at, the 1989 Jefferson nickel can fetch anywhere $105,000, depending on the market and buyer interest. But here's where things get interesting. If you come across one in a higher grade, such as MS65 or better, the value could skyrocket to $107,000, or even more. Collectors often look for coins with a sharp strike, minimal wear, and clean surfaces. If you find a gem quality 999 nickel, it could potentially be worth much more than the average coin found in circulation. And with modern coin collectors actively looking for coins that are part of long-standing series, demand for well-preserved examples is only growing. Another factor contributing to its value is the growing interest in modern coins from the late 20th century, especially those from the 1980s and 1990s. As time goes on, these coins are becoming more difficult to find in good condition, making them a more desirable addition to any collection. Now that we know what makes the 1989 Monticello Jefferson nickel special, how do you know if you've got a valuable one? The first thing to look for is the overall condition of the coin. If you're looking at a piece in fine condition like the one we have today, check for clear legibility of the date and mint mark, as well as the fine details on both the obverse and reverse. You can also check the surface for signs of wear or damage, as coins with too much scratching or discoloration will generally see their value decrease. The key is to look for coins with sharp, clean details and minimal wear. So, why should you add the 1989 Monticello Jefferson nickel with the P mint mark to your collection? Beyond being a fascinating piece of U.S. history, this coin offers great potential for those interested in modern numismatics. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, coins like the 1989 Jefferson nickel are excellent examples of how even a coin from recent history can appreciate in value over time. Remember, the value of coins fluctuates based on market conditions, but the 1989 Jefferson nickel has definitely proven itself as a great example of how the right condition and characteristics can push a coin's value well beyond its face value. If you have a 1989 Jefferson nickel in your collection, or if you spot one in circulation, don't forget to check its condition. It might just be worth more than you think. That wraps up today's video on the 1989 Monticello Jefferson nickels. I hope you found this information useful, and if you did, give us a thumbs up and leave a comment below with your thoughts. Do you have any 1989 Jefferson nickels in your collection? Next up, we're going to dive into a fascinating topic, the 1985 Monticello Jefferson nickel with a P mint mark. You might be thinking it's just a 5-cent coin. What's so special about that? Well, as a collector, there's more to it than meets the eye. Stick around to find out why this seemingly ordinary coin could be worth much more than you think, especially if it's got that unique gray patina and is in poor condition. Let's start with a bit of history. The Monticello Jefferson nickel is part of the Jefferson nickel series, first introduced in 1938. The design you see here, with the image of Thomas Jefferson, was the work of Felix Schlag. Over the decades, it has seen several revisions, but the basic elements have remained mostly the same. What's interesting about the 1985 version is that it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, as indicated by the P mint mark on the reverse side. Many collectors overlook the standard Jefferson nickel, but the 1985 version carries its own unique characteristics, especially when it comes to wear and condition. A coin from this era in particular can have its own distinct look based on how it's aged. Now let's talk about condition. This is key when it comes to coin collecting. The 1985 Jefferson nickel, like many coins, can show varying levels of wear depending on how it was handled over the years. Typically, these coins can be found in circulation, and as a result, they may have developed some significant wear. But what's fascinating is that some of these coins develop a gray patina, an aged, almost oxidized appearance that gives the nickel a unique character. You can see how the patina develops. This effect is often due to environmental factors like humidity or the way the coin was stored. While most would consider this a poor condition coin, for collectors this gray patina can actually add an interesting layer of history to the piece. Even in poor condition, coins with this kind of aging can be valuable, as they can tell a story about where the coin has been over the decades. The wear can make them harder to find, which increases their collectability. Let's get to the exciting part. The value of this 1,985 Monticello Jefferson nickel in today's collector market. Now, you might be surprised to learn that a coin in poor condition like the one with the gray patina can still have significant value, while a typical 1,985 nickel in circulated condition might only be $115,000. Ones in poor condition with a unique appearance or historical significance can go for much more. Collectors are often looking for coins with a story. A coin with a unique patina or one that's been in circulation for decades could be worth more than you'd think, particularly any in similar condition. This is why a coin that seems worn out may actually be an underappreciated gem in the collector world. So if you have a 1,985 Monticello Jefferson nickel with that distinctive gray patina and you're thinking about selling, how can you figure out its value? First, it's important to get a professional appraisal. You can visit a local coin dealer or take the coin to a certified appraiser. If the coin has a really unique look like this one, you might want to consider getting it graded by a professional grading service. Coin grading is a system used to assess the quality and condition of a coin. Popular grading services like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation or Professional Coin Grading Service will assign a grade to your coin, which can significantly affect its market value. A coin in poor condition might be graded as good or very good. But don't be fooled, this doesn't mean it's worthless. Even coins in lower grades can be worth more than expected. For example, an AG grade coin can still sell for a lot if it has certain desirable characteristics like rarity, historical significance, or unique aging, like the gray patina on the 1,985 Jefferson nickel. So, what are the takeaways here? The 1,985 Monticello Jefferson nickel with a P mint mark, even in poor condition, is a coin that can have significant collector value due to its age, wear, and the unique look of the gray patina. If you find one of these coins in your pocket change, don't just toss it aside. Take a moment to assess its condition, and if it stands out, it might just be a hidden gem. Remember, coin collecting is all about finding those unique pieces that tell a story. Whether it's a rare heir, a historical piece, or just a nickel with a fascinating look, there's always something to discover in the world of numismatics. Next up, we're diving into a very special coin, the 2013 Jefferson nickel with an S mint mark in a unique black and brown shaded condition. This is not your average 5-cent piece. This one could hold big value in today's market, and I'll explain why. The Jefferson nickel is one of America's most iconic coins, and it's been in circulation for over 80 years. Introduced in 1938, the design was created by the famous artist Felix Schlag. Fast forward to 2013, and we're still seeing the same basic design on these 5-cent pieces, but with a modern twist. The 2013 Jefferson nickel features the classic portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, with Monticello, Jefferson's famous Virginia home, on the reverse. It's a beautiful coin that showcases our nation's history. Now, this particular coin we're focusing on has an important detail that collectors are always on the lookout for: the S mint mark. The S refers to the San Francisco Mint, where this nickel was produced. While the Philadelphia Mint typically produces the majority of U.S. coins, the San Francisco Mint often produces coins for proof sets or specific special releases. In 2013, the U.S. Mint produced just a limited number of nickels with the S mint mark, so if you have one, it's already a bit rarer than your typical nickel. And rarity equals value in the world of numismatics. But there's another feature of this coin that really sets it apart from your average 2013 Jefferson nickel. We're talking about the black and brown shaded condition. So, what do we mean by that? Well, over time, coins naturally develop patinas, changes in color or texture that happen due to exposure to the environment. This is especially true for coins made of copper-nickel alloys like the Jefferson nickel. When these coins are exposed to certain conditions like humidity, dirt, or oils from handling, they can develop a darker, sometimes even blackened or brownish look. The black and brown shades on this specific 2013 Jefferson nickel are a result of this natural aging process, and it actually gives the coin a very unique, distinct appearance. And that's something collectors love. But here's the thing, while these dark tones can be beautiful and unique, they also mean that the coin might have been exposed to certain environmental factors that could influence its overall grade and condition. A coin with a strong patina can often be graded lower than one that's been kept in pristine condition, so we need to keep that in mind when evaluating its value. So, now that we understand what this coin is and how it's different from others, the big question is, how much is it worth today? For most circulating Jefferson nickels from 2013, you're looking at $42,000. However, the 2013 S mint mark, especially in this unique black and brown shaded condition, can command a significantly higher price in the collector's market. At auction or from private buyers, coins like this, in average circulated condition, have been known to fetch $46,000, sometimes even more, depending on the exact condition, shading, and whether it has been graded by professional services. For example, a graded specimen with a higher quality of patina or in uncirculated condition could potentially be $48,000 or more. It's important to note that this is still a relatively affordable coin for many collectors, but it's certainly one to keep an eye on. With the right market conditions or a particular collector interested in unique, toned coins, prices could rise in the future. So, how can you find one of these? You might already have one in your pocket change, or you could find it by browsing through rolls of coins or coin dealers. If you're looking specifically for a 2013 Jefferson nickel with the S mint mark and unique shaded toning, there are a few things to keep in mind. It's located just below Jefferson's portrait on the obverse of the coin. This is the key identifier for the San Francisco strike. The black and brown shades should stand out, but keep in mind toning can be subtle and it develops over time, so you may need to look carefully. Remember, a coin's condition can dramatically impact its value. A well-preserved coin with minimal wear will fetch a higher price than one that has heavy scratches or damage. If you happen to find a 2013 Jefferson nickel with the S mint mark in black and brown shade condition and you want to sell or trade it, here are some tips. Professional grading can really help increase a coin's value. Getting a coin graded by organizations can show potential buyers that it's in good condition. Research current auction results for similar coins. Websites, heritage auctions, and others are great resources for seeing how much similar coins are selling for. You can always take your coin to a trusted local coin dealer or online dealer. They can help you understand its market value and offer you a price. So there you have it. The 2013 Jefferson nickel with the S mint mark, especially one with those stunning black and brown tones, is definitely a coin that holds value in today's collector market. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this is a coin to keep your eyes on. I hope this video gave you some great insight into this unique piece of American numismatic history. If you've found one of these coins or have questions about other rare coins, leave a comment down below, and let's keep the conversation going. Next up, we're diving deep into a coin that has captured the attention of collectors, historians, and investors alike, the 2004 United States 5. Coin celebrating the bicentenary of the Lewis and Clark expedition, part of the Louisiana Purchase commemorative series. This coin is not only a historical memento, but also a key player in today's collector market, especially when it comes to its unique features, such as the P mint mark, reverse side brown patina, and its fine condition. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just beginning your journey into the world of coin collecting, this video will cover everything you need to know about this iconic coin, its history, and its current market value. Let's get started. Let's start with the basics. The coin we're discussing today is the 2004 U.S. nickel, which was issued to commemorate the bicentennial of the Lewis and Clark expedition. This was a pivotal moment in American history, one that helped to shape the future of the United States as the expedition marked the beginning of American exploration and expansion into the Western territories. The 2004 nickel is part of a broader series of coins released throughout the year to honor different aspects of the Louisiana Purchase, and it serves as a tribute to one of the most iconic events in American exploration. The front of the coin, like all nickels, features the classic image of Thomas Jefferson, who was not only the third president of the United States but also the president responsible for overseeing the Louisiana Purchase, which nearly doubled the size of the country. However, what makes this coin especially interesting to collectors is its reverse design, which showcases a dramatic moment from the Lewis and Clark expedition. Let's take a closer look at that now. On the reverse side of the 2004 nickel, we see an image of the keel boat on the Missouri River. This boat was used by Lewis and Clark during their expedition as they navigated the mighty Missouri River, one of the key waterways in their journey. The reverse design was created by artist Barbara Fox, and it is a striking representation of the American frontier and the exploration that helped shape the country. What's really special about the 2004 Louisiana Purchase nickel is its limited production and the fact that the U.S. Mint only released these coins for a brief period, making them an important part of American numismatic history. However, what makes this coin even more noteworthy is the unique combination of features it exhibits, especially when we talk about the P Mint mark, reverse side brown patina, and its fine condition. Let's talk about the PM Mint mark. The P on the 2004 nickel stands for the Philadelphia Mint, which is the U.S. Mint facility that struck these particular coins. Many collectors place extra value on coins with specific mint marks, as it can often indicate rarity and give clues about how many coins were produced at each mint. While the PM Mint mark was used on many of the 2004 nickels, finding one in exceptional condition with a brown patina is less common, and that's where the true value begins to emerge. You might be wondering, what exactly is a brown patina? Well, over time, coins that have been exposed to the elements or handled frequently can develop a natural oxidation process that gives them a brownish tint. In the world of numismatics, this patina can be quite desirable. It's a sign that the coin has some age to it, and for collectors who appreciate coins with character and a story, the brown patina only adds to the appeal. It's the opposite of a shiny, brand-new coin, and collectors often find that coins with a little wear or tarnish tell a deeper story. Now let's move on to the coin's overall condition. When it comes to the value of any collectible coin, its condition is absolutely critical. Coins are graded on a scale, and the higher the grade, the more valuable the coin is likely to be. The grading scale ranges from poor all the way to perfect. The 2004 Louisiana Purchase nickel, if it has been well preserved, might fall somewhere between fine and extremely fine, or even higher, depending on how much wear and tear it has experienced. A coin in fine condition, which is what we're focusing on today, means that the coin has some signs of wear, but it's still relatively sharp in its details and legible. In terms of visual appeal, a fine condition coin will have smooth surfaces and a balanced tone, without too many scratches or dings that could diminish its desirability. Collectors appreciate this coin for its historical significance, its distinctive design, and the way the PM Mint mark, brown patina, and fine condition give it an added layer of uniqueness. For many collectors, the coin's aesthetic qualities alone make it worth adding to their collection. If you're in the market for an investment, the value of this coin has been steadily increasing due to its limited circulation and the general interest in American history-themed coins. Now let's talk about what kind of value you can expect for this 2004 nickel in today's collector market. The market for collectible coins, especially those with historical significance, is constantly evolving. As of now, a 2004 Louisiana Purchase nickel in fine condition with a brown patina and the PM Mint mark can fetch anywhere $82,000, depending on the specific coin's condition and rarity factors. However, in exceptional cases, particularly well-preserved or unique coins with specific characteristics, such as deep patina or rare minting flaws, can command much higher prices. Coins like this also tend to increase in value as time goes on, especially when they are in limited supply or tied to important historical events. With the bicentennial of the Lewis and Clark expedition having passed, The 2004 Louisiana Purchase nickel is becoming a coveted piece for those who want to own a tangible part of American history. As more collectors seek to acquire these coins, prices could continue to rise, making this an appealing option for investors who want to diversify their portfolios. In conclusion, the 2004 United States 5-cent bicentenary of the Lewis and Clark expedition, Louisiana Purchase nickel is a true gem for collectors, with its historical significance, unique reverse design, and potential for high value in today's market. It's a coin worth considering for any serious numismatist. Whether you're drawn to its historical story, its aesthetic charm, or its growing market value, the 2004 nickel has a lot to offer. Next up, we're going to dive into something very specific but very valuable, the 2007 Monticello Modern Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark and golden spots. Now, you might think a nickel is just a nickel, but believe me, this one is worth a lot more than 5 cents. Let's explore why. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American currency since 1938, and over the years we've seen various designs and mintages. The 2007 Jefferson nickel is part of the Westward Journey series, celebrating the Lewis and Clark expedition. It features an image of Monticello, Thomas Jefferson's historic home, on the reverse. This design was used as part of a redesign that aimed to reflect the country's history, exploration, and founding ideals. In 2007, the U.S. Mint struck millions of these coins, but only a select few due to a variety of factors like minting errors, the wear and tear of time, and specific mint marks are truly valuable today. So, why is the Monticello nickel from 2007 such a hot item in the collector market? Well, the answer lies in its rarity, condition, and some interesting and rare characteristics that set it apart. First, let's talk about the D Mint mark. This represents coins that were struck at the Denver Mint, one of the U.S. Mint's primary facilities. You'll see the letter D below the date on these coins, and the mint mark plays a key role in determining the rarity of the coin. While the Denver Mint produces the majority of circulating coins, some of the coins struck there are rarer due to lower mintages or production issues. When it comes to the 2007 Jefferson nickel with a D Mint mark, the coin's potential for increased value hinges on its condition and unique characteristics. This mint mark, combined with specific visual elements, can make this nickel a collector's item worth keeping an eye on. Now, here's the kicker. The golden spots. You may have heard of these before. They are small, golden or reddish-colored spots that can appear on a coin's surface. These spots aren't something that were intentionally added by the U.S. Mint. Rather, they are caused by a phenomenon known as toning, or sometimes more specifically, toning occurs when a coin reacts with the atmosphere, moisture, or other elements over time. Some people even think these golden spots come from exposure to certain environmental conditions, like being stored in particular types of containers or being left in places with high humidity or fluctuating temperatures. In some cases, a coin might develop these spots right after it's been struck, giving it a unique look. These spots can sometimes be seen as a sign of authenticity, as they can indicate that the coin hasn't been heavily polished or tampered with. In fact, in certain cases, these spots can actually increase a coin's value because they add a layer of rarity and character, making it stand out in a collection. Now, let's talk about condition. When it comes to coin collecting, condition is everything. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. A well-preserved 2007 Monticello Jefferson nickel with a D mint mark, especially if it's in fine or higher condition, can demand a premium price. Coins in fine condition are typically well worn, but still retain important details, like the outlines of Monticello and Jefferson's portrait. If your coin is closer to very fine, or even extra fine condition, that's when you start seeing its true value emerge. Let's talk numbers. In fine condition, a 2007 Monticello nickel with the D mint mark might only be worth a couple of dollars. However, if you have one in near mint or uncirculated condition, that same nickel could fetch $58,000, depending on the overall appeal of the coin and the presence of those golden spots. But remember, the market can be unpredictable. Some 2007 Jefferson nickels have sold for as much as $62,000 or more, especially those with noticeable golden spots or toning that give them a distinctive look. So, what's the current market like for these 2007 Jefferson nickels? Let's take a look at the collector scene today. The demand for certain rare and unique coins has been rising steadily, especially in the online auction world and through private dealers. Online platforms, heritage auctions, and other specialized numismatic marketplaces are where you'll find the highest demand for these coins. The 2007 Monticello Jefferson nickel is often listed as part of a set or as a standalone item. Many collectors are looking for coins with perfect details, high grades, and unique characteristics like the golden spots. Prices fluctuate based on the rarity and the collector interest at the time of sale. So if you have one of these coins, it's definitely worth keeping an eye on current auction trends. Now, if you've got your hands on a 2007 Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark and golden spots, it's important to store it properly to preserve its value. Invest in high-quality coin holders like 2x2 holders or coin capsules to protect your coin from environmental factors that could cause further toning or wear. Store your coins in a cool, dry place and make sure they're exposed to direct sunlight or fluctuating temperatures. To sum it up, the 2007 Monticello Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark and golden spots might not be your typical nickel, but it certainly can be a treasure in the world of coin collecting. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a newcomer, this coin is one to keep an eye on. It's rare, it's unique, and it's got the potential for big value. So, if you happen to have one of these coins in your collection, or if you're out there hunting for one, take good care of it. Who knows, it could be worth a lot more than you think. Next up, we're diving into the fascinating world of the Monticello Jefferson nickel, specifically the 2018 version with the P mint mark. Now, you may be wondering, what's so special about this nickel? Well, stick around because we'll explore its history, its significance in today's coin market, and whether this nickel could be a hidden gem in your collection. So, let's break it all down. First, let's give you a bit of background on the Jefferson nickel for those of you who may not be familiar with it. This coin was first introduced in 1938 to honor Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, and it's been in circulation ever since. The obverse features a portrait of Jefferson designed by Felix Schlag, and the reverse originally depicted Jefferson's home, Monticello, which remains the design to this day. The Monticello design on the reverse has gone through some tweaks over the years, but the general image has remained a consistent symbol of the coin. The P mint mark on the 2018 edition, however, is what's creating a buzz in the numismatic community. So let's focus on that specific coin and see what makes it stand out. In 2018, the U.S. Mint struck the Jefferson nickel with the P mint mark. Now, why is the P mint mark so important? Well, it was the first time in U.S. history that the P mint mark appeared on a nickel. Traditionally, nickels have been struck at the Philadelphia Mint without a mint mark, but in 2018, the Philadelphia Mint started marking some of their coins with a P to commemorate the 225th anniversary of the Mint's establishment. Now, if you're a coin collector, you probably know that mint marks often play a big role in determining a coin's value. The P mint mark on the 2018 Jefferson nickel makes it unique because it's the first time we see it. This marks a special moment in numismatic history. This nickel was struck in Philadelphia, and it carries with it a certain novelty that many collectors find appealing. Now that we know about the mint mark, let's talk about condition. The condition of a coin is absolutely crucial when it comes to its value. You've probably heard the phrase grading, and it's something all serious collectors pay attention to. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect. The most common grading terms you'll hear are good, fine, very fine, extremely fine, almost uncirculated, and mint state. For a coin to be considered fine condition, the details of the design, such as Jefferson's portrait and Monticello on the reverse, need to be clear, but may show some wear from circulation. In terms of the 2018 Monticello Jefferson nickel, If you have one in fine condition, you're likely looking at a coin that has moderate wear on the high points, especially on Jefferson's portrait and the roof of Monticello. There may also be slight discoloration or a bit of a brown patina that develops over time, which adds character but also indicates it has been in circulation. Speaking of that brown patina, let's talk about it a bit more. As coins age, they can develop a natural discoloration that some collectors actually appreciate. A brown patina on a nickel is often a sign that the coin has been circulating for a while, but it hasn't been heavily damaged. The patina itself can make the coin look more unique and adds to its story. Patina on coins is often caused by the natural oils from your skin when handling the coin, or it can be a result of exposure to air and other environmental factors. While a brown patina might make a coin look aged and worn, it doesn't necessarily decrease its value, especially if the coin has been well preserved in other aspects, such as its overall shape and legibility. So, what's the value of the 2018 Monticello Jefferson nickel with the PP mint mark in fine condition? Well, here's the thing. In terms of $8,000, just like any other nickel. However, as with any coin, the collector market can significantly increase its value depending on demand, rarity, and condition. As of now, the value of the 2018 with P. Jefferson nickel in fine condition tends to be $12,000, depending on the marketplace. Coins in higher grades, such as those that are almost uncirculated or in mint state, can fetch even more, sometimes up to $15,000 if they're in excellent condition. But what about those with a nice brown patina? Surprisingly, the patina can actually make the coin more attractive to certain collectors, as it gives the nickel character and authenticity. The value for a fine condition nickel with this unique patina could be slightly higher, maybe even $18,000 or more, especially if it's well preserved. So, where can you sell or buy one of these 2018 Monticello Jefferson nickels? There are several options. You can find them in coin shops, online marketplaces, or through dedicated coin auctions. But remember, the value you get will depend on the demand at the time of sale, the specific condition of your coin, and how well you market it. Online platforms can be a great place to both sell and buy coins, especially if you have a rare one that has a lot of interest. It's important to check completed listings to get an idea of what similar coins are going for. Always make sure to carefully inspect the coin's condition, take clear pictures, and describe the patina and any wear accurately when selling your coin. And if you're buying, be sure to get the coin's grade from the seller to avoid paying too much for something that's in poor condition. To wrap things up, the 2018 Monticello Jefferson nickel with the P mint mark may make you a millionaire overnight, but it's definitely a cool piece of U.S. mint history. The first ever P mint mark on a nickel, coupled with its design featuring the iconic Monticello, makes it a significant coin for collectors. Plus, if you've got one with a nice brown patina in fine condition, if you have one of these coins in your collection, or if you're just getting into coin collecting, it's worth holding on to for the long term. With its unique features, this nickel may only grow in value as time goes on. And as always, your coin jars and even your local coin shops, you never know what you might find. Next up, we're diving into a fascinating coin from the U.S. Mint that's been generating some serious buzz in the coin collecting world. The 2014 Monticello Modern Jefferson nickel with the P mint mark. What makes this coin so special? Why is it gaining value? And what's its condition worth in today's collector's market? Stick around as we explore this unique piece of U.S. history and why it's a must-have for collectors. To start, let's talk about the history of the Jefferson nickel. First issued in 1938, the Jefferson nickel has been a staple in American coinage for nearly 90 years. The coin, designed by Felix Schlag, features Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, Jefferson's historic home, on the reverse. But in 2004, the U.S. Mint introduced a series of redesigned nickels to commemorate the bicentennial of the Louisiana Purchase. This redesign, featuring a new depiction of Monticello, marked a modern shift for the coin, with the reverse design becoming slightly more refined and detailed over the years. Fast forward to 2014, and the Monticello nickel reaches an exciting point in its design evolution. But what really sets the 2014 nickel apart from other years is its unique features and the way it's being valued today. In 2014, the U.S. Mint produced a special edition of the Jefferson nickel featuring the P Mint mark. This is significant because for the first time in over 70 years, the Philadelphia Mint struck coins with the P Mint mark, marking a return to a tradition that had been discontinued after World War II. Now let's talk about the coin's design. On the obverse, you'll find the iconic portrait of Thomas Jefferson, and on the reverse, the depiction of Monticello, the famed mansion that Jefferson designed and called home. However, it's the reverse of the coin that caught the attention of many collectors. The design features a beautiful, almost golden wave effect on the Monticello building. This subtle yet intricate detail in the coin's finish gives the reverse side a shimmering appearance, especially in well-preserved coins. Now, when it comes to collecting coins, the condition is everything. This is where the term very fine comes into play. A coin in very fine condition, or VF, typically shows only light wear on the raised areas of the coin, such as Jefferson's hair or Monticello's columns. The details are still clear, but there might be slight fading or surface abrasions due to circulation. For collectors, the more pristine the coin, the more valuable it becomes. A coin in excellent condition, like those that are uncirculated or graded as mint state, will command much higher prices than those that have been heavily circulated. One of the standout features of the 2014 Jefferson nickel, especially in very fine or uncirculated conditions, is the golden wave effect on Monticello's structure. This refers to the unique shimmer that can be seen under certain lighting conditions. This isn't a flaw or a misprint, it's part of the coin's design, and the way light interacts with the metallic surface gives the coin a golden sheen that adds to its appeal. The effect has led many collectors to refer to this nickel as a modern classic in the making, and it's quickly gaining attention on the market. So, what's the big question? How much is the 2014 Monticello nickel worth today? Well, the value can vary depending on the condition and rarity, but here's a rough breakdown. In circulated conditions, the 2014 Jefferson nickel with the P Mint mark can usually be found for $40,000. But as the coin enters the market as part of larger collections, its value can rise significantly. However, when the coin is in very fine or mint condition, it can fetch anywhere $45,000 or more depending on demand and whether the golden wave effect is prominently visible. In some cases, high-grade examples, especially those in gem uncirculated condition or with proof-like qualities, can see their values jump even higher, sometimes reaching upwards of $48,000 or more at auction. If you're a collector, this nickel might be a great addition to your collection. Even if you're just starting out, it offers a unique look at modern U.S. coinage, with some intriguing design elements. Collecting modern coins like the 2014 Jefferson nickel also represents an opportunity for future investment. Coins that are well preserved and sought after tend to appreciate over time, so it's worth keeping an eye on coins like these, as they might just see their value increase in the years to come. To sum it all up, the 2014 Monticello Modern Jefferson nickel with the P Mint mark is a unique coin with a fascinating design, particularly due to its golden waves effect. If you're lucky enough to find one in excellent condition, it could be worth a lot more than its face value in today's market. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or a beginner, keep your eyes peeled for this coin. And remember, condition is key, so make sure to handle your coins carefully and consider getting them professionally graded if you think they might have some added value. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin content, and leave a comment if you have any questions about coin collecting or the 2014 Jefferson nickel. Until next time, happy collecting and keep exploring the world of coins. See you in the next video.